Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It must be Tuesday night. This is your TampaBay Thunderstrikers live show, broadcasting from the WZIG 104.1 FM radio booth and Snappers Comedy Club in scenic Palm Harbor, Florida. And now the host of the show, Joe D'Angelo.
Hey, everybody. Good evening. This is Joe D'Angelo, your host, as always, on every show on the TampaBay Thunderstrikers. And I'm here with my co-host on Tuesday night, every Tuesday night, Mr. Bryon.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe. I'm proud to be back. I enjoyed my vacation again.
Mm-hmm.
I spent it with the wife and kids. I enjoyed it.
The newborn.
Yep. Even though they don't want to sleep, they still enjoyed it.
Well, of course they don't want to sleep. What makes you think they're gonna want to?
And enjoyed some fine baseball too. What did I tell you from the beginning? It happened.
Here we go.
As we got Tom Germano in the room already.
Oh, Thomas. Your ball is still waiting, Mr. One Ball. Ronnie has signed this ball. This is your ball. This is your Tampa Bay Rays losing baseball from God knows how long ago. It must have been. They were eliminated a long time ago, well before the Yankees were.
About a month and a half ago, you'd say.
Yeah, they were. They've been playing golf for the last month.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that. So come down and get your ball, because
so are the Yankees and Astros.
Yeah, well, the Yankees and Astros have joined.
As he shows off.
Hey.
Oh my God! Look who it is! It's Tom Germano.
He finally showed up.
They found a professional golfer that's been on the golf course for the last month since the Rays got eliminated a month ago. So hello there, Mr. Tom. He's watching, and I wonder if he's seen his ball.
I don't know.
Have you seen your ball?
Well, now
Tom, you're missing your ball. This is the other ball.
It's all right, Tom. We got a ball too. I got a ball too. I gave it to my son. He enjoys it.
Hey, that ball is signed by Mr. Ronnie.
It is.
Yes. That's not just signed by anybody. That's signed by the radical one himself, who pops in every once in a while and co-hosts on the show as well. I kind of missed the guy. We were on vacation with him, and we did a family type of thing.
We did.
Yeah, it was great. We had a good time and everything. So my most illustrious producer was able to take advantage of the fact that I let him come on to the trip with me, and he loved it. So he had a great time. He's all excited about the next time we go.
Did you guys at least see any sightseeing or no?
Of course we did.
Yep.
Of course we did.
Good.
I got a number from the girl in the barbecue place.
Well, there you go. Did you hit her up?
Well, she lives there. I live here. So, it kind of makes things for frustrating. But I do have her number, and she has my number, and I will be back to North Carolina. Oh, yes.
And before we get started here, I'm going to give out the Skype number to call in. So make sure you call in.
Oh, sweet. Let's get this rolling, people.
It's
We'd like to take your calls.
727-474-8786. So the number again is 727-474-8786.
And you can call in and you can hear my big mouth, whether I agree or disagree with you. It's all good, because we don't have to agree on things.
We love our opinions here, people. That's why we're all entitled to them.
That's right. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, just like everybody's entitled to root for whatever team they want to root for. There's nothing in the Constitution that says you have to be this or you have to do this. You can be a fan of whoever you want to, like this guy.
Yep, that's right.
He's got some weird teams.
Right now, I know you guys can't see it, but I'm wearing a Padres jersey because I'm a Padres fan. Yes, I was born and raised here, but it don't matter to me because I watched Tony Gwynn, and he got me into the Padres when they were going up against the Yankees, and they lost, unfortunately. But who didn't lose against the Dynasty back in the late 90s, early 2000s? Who didn't? Everybody lost against them. So
So anyway, we're going to start the show tonight with a shout out to our member of the month, Zachariah Miller. That was an easy decision for me. I was talking to Devin and I was like, what do you think? He said, yeah, it's a good decision. I had him pegged a few weeks ago. I said, you know what? This guy's doing a great job. He deserves it. He takes care of our games when we're not there. Obviously, we were out of town, so he took care of the feed there while we were gone. So, Zachariah, you earned that, and I will send you something because that's the kind of host that I am. I give away lightning stuff to people less fortunate that can't get lightning stuff. I've had a past of that, doing that quite frankly. I do that quite well. As a matter of fact, if I don't say so myself, I've sent lightning stuff all over to people that cannot get that stuff. Dylan Wood was a perfect example. Yeah. Dylan Wood, I mean, he didn't have any lightning stuff. He was living in North Carolina. I sent him a bunch of flags and some lightning stuff, and he's been back and living in Florida now, and he's happy. Well, kind of happy, except for the breakup with his girlfriend, but that stuff happens. But he's a big Bolts fan, and he really wanted some Bolts stuff, so I made it happen because that's what I do. I make things happen. Just like this toy drive that I started 4 years ago. This is year number 4 for the toy drive. Very proud of it. Devin helped me out with the wraps on the boxes.
To say, yeah, didn't you guys finish that last night?
Yeah, we were working.
Said and done now to be delivered.
Yeah, we were working for a few hours doing that.
We were, and we're not quite done with the wraps on the box. We still got a few more to go on those.
Yeah, but we did a significant amount of boxes last night. We got a lot of it done, so I'm proud of the progress and everything. And now we're going to start delivering the boxes to the locations. And as I've bragged about before, and I'm going to brag about it now because I can, is that every single one of our sponsors from last year are back. And you know why they're back? Because they understand the significance of this toy drive. Not only, because I'm behind it and I'm probably their number one customer in all the restaurants that we have. Everybody knows me and love me. But it's for the kids. Yep. And that's the main reason. Yep. Yeah, the kids are going to profit with these toys that we collect. So you guys, if you want to give toys and stuff like that, you'll have to let us know. And we're going to post all the locations on the Thunderstriker feed, on my feed, Devin's feed, your feed, most of my staff. They're all going to be told, hey, you have to post this, and everyone on my staff needs to make sure that they post that.
Exactly.
Will do.
So we have everybody returning, and we have some new sponsors.
We do.
Doesn't one of our sponsors have like 4 locations?
Yeah, one of that Vapor Depot has 4 locations.
Good.
Never heard of it. What is that?
Yeah. It's a vape shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we got a whole bunch of them, and our place, of course, is number one, man, because they really helped me make sure that we got the wraps, and we went there and we picked them up. So shout out to our place and Greg for doing such a great job, and he's also hooking us up with another station as well.
We stop moving those mics around because I think that's what's scratching them up. Because that's what Jeff brought up to me just now.
Yeah, they have some issues here with the mics. We knew that going in.
Yep, we did.
So not going to worry about it. I mean, we have to use what we need to use, and this is what we have to use.
This is what we got, unfortunately, to use. So we got to use what we can.
Yep. So it is what it is. Anyway, so again, we want to thank everybody for this. And again, our call-in is 727-474-8786. Ask the host. And chances are 99.9% of the time I know what the answer is, and I'll give you my expert opinion. So what have you been doing while we've been back and broadcasting?
Well, for starters, I was watching the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that was really, really, really interesting World Series. I gotta say that do you guys realize that was the first ever World Series to have all games decided by the road team in all the major sports that do series?
I didn't really care. Once my team was gone, I didn't care about the World Series. Could care less.
But I just thought that was amazing because I mean it's a history of baseball and history of all sports, not just I know we're not all fans of all the sports here, but I mean it's something. It's amazing.
Right.
Also, I did catch a few Bolts games.
Yep.
Honestly, I'm not worried. Yes, it could be better. I know we had a rough stretch there, and we still do. It's 1-4-1.
As we got a call in.
Okay.
Well, hello. And we got Jeff on the line. What's going on? What?
Everything is wonderful, but Shattenkirk should be the new captain.
Do you think Shattenkirk should be the new captain?
There's not going to be any changes on captainship.
Nope. I don't see that.
There's not going to be any changes in captainship. So it doesn't matter how great Shattenkirk does. This team is constructed and built around Steven Stamkos. And if they were going to do some kind of move, I would know. And I could tell you,
it wouldn't be captain.
firsthand, it's not going to be the captain.
Stamkos.
It's not going to be the captain. Nope. Not going to happen. And he's been great. There's no question about it. He's been great, but there ain't going to be any changes as far as the captains and the alternate captains. Well, the alternate captains sometimes the alternate captains have been switched every once in a while. McDonough is still alternate captain, and they've been switching around Shattenkirk and
I know
Hedman was
there for a while.
Yeah, well, he is hurt, and that's gonna lead me to my injury update on Victor Hedman. Victor Hedman is day to day. He is not 100%. He did skate today, early this morning. I was on top of that. I reported that this morning that Victor Hedman was skating on the ice. However, he is still day to day, and we don't know if he's going to be able to start or not. So stay tuned. I'll update practices and what's going on there, and we'll see whether or not Victor Hedman is able to go or not. That's a huge loss, obviously. Without him, that hurts the team. We all know that.
I have liked lately, though, what we have been doing. Although we haven't gotten the goals come our way, I liked how we've been shooting the puck. Almost every single game we've been shooting. We just haven't been getting it into the goal.
Yeah. Well, let's not forget Friday at 2:00 in Sweden. We're going to have a game.
Is there one or two?
There's two games on the 8th on this Friday at 2:00 in Sweden. And then both are coming home and hosting the Saturday 1 p.m. game. So, looks like we have day games on both these two.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the following, let's see, on November 14th, we have a home game against the Rags. Maybe we can get some revenge from that loss against the Rags last time. And then after that, on the 16th, on that Saturday, we have a 4 p.m. game against Winnipeg. So we'll see how that goes. So anyway, getting back to what we were talking about. I don't see. Now, what I do see is a lot of line changes, and I have the line changes that were implemented today. Don't know if you guys are going to approve of these line changes, but then again, it ain't up to us, right?
Nope, it's up to the coaching
We're
staff.
not the coaches.
Yep, we're not the
So,
coaches.
Line 1 has changed. Now you have Johnson, Point, and Kucherov on the first line. On the second line, you have Palat, Stamkos, and Volkov. And for the love of God, if anybody asks me again, why isn't Wiskowski still with us? The reason why Wiskowski is not with us is because we are giving Volkov a chance. And I agree with that. I think Volkov deserves a chance.
I do too.
Give the kid a chance.
We got a lot of players down there we need to give a shot to.
Yeah.
Lot.
I mean, Witkowski's good physically for the team, but as far as everything else, the physicality of him is pretty damn good. We all know that, and that's why we got him to be physical. But Volkov is he's a great prospect, and we need to play him and see what he's got. Look what happened to Joseph. Perfect example. Look what happened to Cirelli. Perfect example. Give these guys Yanni Gord, another good example.
Mm-hmm. All of them.
Okay,
Sergachev, even.
Oh, yeah, Sergey, yeah. So line 3 is Killorn, Cirelli, and Joseph. And line 4 is Maroon, Porquette, and Gord, with Vanderway filling in. Vanderway's not going to start, I don't think. I think right now he's going to be
I think he's
going to be a
on the bench.
scratch.
Yeah.
Defensively, we have the lines that were in this morning. Hedman was on the ice, and he was teamed with Shattenkirk. McDonough was teamed with Cernak. Sergachev was teamed with Shen, who people have a problem with Luke Shen. I'm not even going to go into that. And Coburn and Ruda are the other two. So there wasn't too many changes on that line, but the first line, the first forwards line, they changed up a little bit. And you know what? That's fine, because they need to change things up
They do.
when you're not winning.
Yeah.
Tom asked, when did we get Volkov?
Volkov is a recall from Syracuse, and Witkowski was put on waivers, and he was not claimed. So
he goes back down.
He goes back to
Syracuse.
Crunch, and Volkov stays with us, and we're going to see what he's going to do. Cooper says, hey, let's give this kid a chance. We like him. Give him a chance. Witkowski's got that where he can go, and he's pretty much like one of the captains for the Crunch. Captain Crunch.
Yeah. Captain Crunch.
So Witkowski, he's going to be down and up and down. He's not going to be permanent on the roster. So get over that, people. I know you love Luke Witkowski, but you know what? We need to stay out of the damn penalty box.
We do.
And Luke tends to get in that penalty box quite a bit.
Which is I'm quite iffy on this. Like, why don't teams pick up these guys, talented guys, on waivers? I know these teams need help with their, especially their lines. They don't compare to all of our lines. So why can't they get these guys? I'm sure the Lightning would love to. Yes, I know they would love to keep them.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they would also take offers too. Just take better offers, get draft picks, etc. for these talented prospects. I don't get why teams aren't taking a bite when they put them on waivers. It just baffles me.
Well, it's a waiver claim. So if they claim them, they lose them. And, apparently the Lightning were confident that they weren't going to lose Witkowski. And they go ahead and put him out there. And if somebody claims him, they claim him. So, okay, the power play lines. We have Sergachev, Kucherov, Stamkos, Killorn, and Point on power play 1 line. Power play 2 line is Shattenkirk, Gord, Johnson, Palat, and Pat Maroon. So Maroon's definitely going to be back.
Hello, sexy people.
Hello. We love Paul.
As he just stuck his head here in
The owner of Snappers, who I am very good friends with, popped his head and said, hello, which is pretty cool.
It is. Maybe he wanted to make his debut.
Maybe
It
so.
could be. Hey, Paul's allowed to do whatever he wants. This is his building.
It's his building.
Yep.
It's my show, but it's his building. So you know what, Paul, you want to come in here?
Say a few things. Come on in.
Step up to the plate,
Yep.
man. You
Come
think
right
you can?
in.
You think you can hang with the big dog here? Bring it.
Oh,
Yeah, we get some people up in this house.
we do.
Now, I guess later on I'll talk about our future, because the future's so bright. We're gonna have to do the shades thing.
We are.
Yeah. So we'll talk to everybody about some changes that we're implementing, a contract that needs to be signed, and that be me. and this is for a future show, and it's for an AM FM show on the radio. So we're not going to be just on Facebook. We're not just going to be on YouTube. What else,
Okay.
Devin? We're not just going to be on
Castbox.
We're not just going to be on
That's pretty much all we got for right now.
Oh, well, that's a lot for considering that I just assembled this new team. What?
Not too long ago.
Not too long ago, yeah. I mean, I'm already in my first month or so, so I mean,
Yeah.
I'm loving it. So
Yeah, we got some plans, and we got some things that are heating up.
We do.
And hell, we may have to start turning down some things the way things are coming my way.
We might.
Another radio station is interested as well. Greg told me that there's another possibility with another radio station.
well, first,
Yep.
why don't you tell our viewers which station it is? What is it? What is it called? Tan
Well,
Talk?
no, we don't need to talk about who the radio station is yet because I haven't signed the contract yet. So we
Be
won't.
confirmed.
Yeah, we won't. This is my policy from day one as the founder of this organization is that I never reveal anything until you cross the T's, dot
Cross
the
the-
I's,
Cross the line.
Cross the
sign
line.
the contract,
Signed, sealed, and delivered.
sign the contract, Joe, and then you can talk about whatever you want to with this radio station and everything. But we're not going to tell anybody the information yet until it's signed, sealed, and delivered by me. So we're just gonna keep on going. You know, we're here at Snappers. We're in the WZIG radio booth, 104.1 FM and AM, right?
Yep.
Okay, so those are the lines. And we talked about the toy drive, and we have a bunch of boxes and everything. So let's get back to the bolts as we still have time, right?
Yep.
Before the halfway point.
Yes.
Okay, this is good. All right, so later on we're going to address the John Cooper crap again.
With this again?
Yeah, because it never seems to want to die.
People, come on. What more can you get out there? There's no coaches out there. There's nobody out there.
We are 13 games into the season.
Please name a coach. Please call in. Please inform us.
What
coach is out there?
I have put them on the spot. To the Cooper haters, I called them out. I literally just screamed and yelled, with their theories and John Cooper this and John Cooper that, this and that. You don't go firing a coach 13 games into a season. I don't care.
No, that's crazy.
This guy has earned.
You don't want to go to an interim route that early in the season. No.
Yeah.
Come on, fans. Be legitimate here with ourselves. Come
One
on.
month of the 2019-20 NHL season is done. And the Tampa Bay Lightning are currently 3 points out of a playoff spot. Come on. So far this season, they have been struggling with the penalties and giving up high danger scoring chances. We all know what's going on with the Tampa Bay Lightning, and it can be fixed. And again, on Sunday's show, I addressed this from Kevin Shattenkirk, who clarified what I've been saying, that the St. Louis Blues were doing nothing for the first half of the season last year. If you remember right, they were dead
They were dead last, and they were talking about, too, getting rid of their coach halfway through.
Dead last.
And
they weren't in our position.
And they were talking about trading away all their key players in the trade deadline, too, if it wasn't going well.
Yeah, so I don't want to hear this Cooper stuff. Everybody is always trying to pick something out. The coaches are every bit responsible as Cooper is. Okay? So, if you're going to get rid of one, you have to get rid of them all. And, the Bolts are not going to do this. They're not going to give in to their fans whining and crying. 13 games into the season. It's just pointless. St. Louis Blues were last. They were terrible. And Shattenkirk said it. He's like, we were garbage. And look what happened. After they came back from the break, nobody can beat them.
Oh, and I hate to say this, bring this sport up now, but look at what the Nationals did. They were dead last in their division. And look what they just did. Look what they just pulled off. A World Series win against the heavy favorites, the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be done, folks.
Yeah,
Can
well,
be done.
that was another example of, counting your chickens before they hatch.
As we got another call in.
Another call.
Well, hello. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Who's it?
What's going on, Ron?
What's going on?
I think.
What's up?
What's up, Ronnie?
I've been driving my truck in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, fun.
Fun.
Yeehaw.
Y'all got to see the mountains up here.
What?
We got to see the mountains up here. I've already seen them, so.
Nashville, Tennessee is a beautiful state. I've been there.
I wanted to let you know the Islanders just scored a goal, and now they're tied with Ottawa.
Oh, the island is just a
Oh, wow.
Well, thank you very much for the long distance update.
That's Cal Clutterbuck.
Hey, Ronnie, what's the record this year, by the way, for the Islanders? What's the record?
What's the record for the Islanders? From the co-host.
The Yankees did not win the World Series.
What does
What?
that have to do with the Islanders' record?
What does that have to do with?
Where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, where did that come from?
We're not even talking about that.
I asked, what is the record this year for the Islanders?
They're 9-3.
They're 9-3.
Oh, okay. All right.
With what? An 8?
That's 9 more wins, and the Yankees got the World Series.
Yeah, that is true. Thank you, Ronnie.
He's just a hater. Damn, this mic sucks.
Yeah.
What are you going to talk about now?
What are we going to talk about now?
What do we always talk about?
We're talking about lightning.
Well, there you go. That's the whole reason why we do the show. It's a lightning show, but every once in a while we do a little leeway and we talk about other stuff, which is good. I don't want to just center on just one thing.
We got to talk about the Popeyes chicken attack.
The Popeyes chicken attack.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Where did that come from?
In Maryland, there was a person stabbed over a chicken sandwich.
I seen that on Facebook.
I had heard that too.
That's terrible.
I was laughing.
That just shows how people are, man. I mean, we came back from North Carolina. We were in Florida. Where were we? Tallahassee?
Gainesville.
We were in Gainesville, and some dude got hit in the parking lot by a girl that was driving, texting.
And her excuse was the sun was blinding me.
Of course, that's going to be their excuse as always. Of course, they're never going to blame it on the texting and driving. Come on now,
Yeah.
they never do.
They never blame it on that, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a huge lawsuit there, and that guy's going to be wealthy the rest of his life.
Oh yeah.
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
Because they're going to have to put his leg back together, probably his knee,
Yeah, probably.
because the girl just crunched it under her car, and she didn't stop until the final moments when he was screaming bloody murder.
I would have broke her window.
Yeah. All right. Well.
My name is Ronnie Cisco, and I approved this message.
That was actually Tom.
Yes, we
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
He tried to sound like Ronnie, but
He did.
I knew it wasn't him.
We knew it was you.
That sounds like a damn political message.
It does. Sounds good.
Okay, we got to go. We reached the halfway point of the show, so Devin's got to make his announcements.
Yep. Thank you for calling in. But we appreciate everybody watching here. As you can tell, the Skype number is down in the comments below. So if you want to get your questions in that way, you can. But we appreciate everybody watching. We hope you enjoyed the show so far. We are live from Snappers Grill and Comedy Club here in beautiful Palm Harbor, Florida. And we appreciate it. And now back to the host of the show.
All right. So let's look at the You know what? I'm trying to keep the show positive, but we have to go a little negative here. Sorry. The truth hurts. Suck it up, buttercups, because here we go. We're going into the negative here.
Uh-oh.
In 3 games against the New York Rangers, blah, the New Jersey Devils, blah, and the New York Islanders, my birth team. I can't blur that because they'll always be in my heart, the Islanders. The Lightning were bested in 2 out of the 3 and barely managed to beat the Devils in overtime. Okay, so that's got to tell you something right there. They did not do well in that series. The same issues from October were evident in their 3 games this week. While their game against the Devils was exciting, it still wasn't a great effort, and we all know that because we witnessed it.
Yep, unfortunately.
All right.
Yeah, unfortunately, isn't their record 1-4-1 right now in their last 5?
Okay, so we talked about that, and obviously that's bad. And I have to report the good and the bad because that's what I do. That's what I have to do. It's my responsibility. The good is Andre Palat, and the reason why, and here we go. Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov, and Braden Point lead the Lightning in points. But 5th on the team is forward Andre Palat with 9 points in 13 games. You can't overlook that. That is strong. That is strong play coming from a guy that had an off year last year. So I'm definitely giving Andre Palat some kudos here. And he's arguably been the best, most consistent player on the team this season. He's played nearly 17 minutes a game and only taking 8 penalty minutes all season. As a player who has battled injuries over the past few seasons, he appears to have refound his game and his scoring abilities.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him because last year he was off and on.
And you know, as I go on with this, it just gets better and better because Palat had a career low 8 goals last season and 34 points. But already he's got 5 goals this season. So, you know, there's something good that I could report and make everybody feel good about.
Because I remember last year, or was it the year before, people were having his head. They were wanting to trade him as trade bait.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, we need to keep this guy. He's going to prove his worth with us. We just got to give him a chance. And look what he's doing this year.
Yeah. He's
getting his chance and he's shining.
Another bright point is McEnany getting his first win. Finally. Hallelujah, McHenry. I mean, you know, he's had a tough go here, but it's not all his fault. And everybody says that our backup goaltender sucks. Why did we get rid of, again, you know, Louis Domingue, for whatever reason, he was the class clown, the guy that would always do the goofing and the joking around and everything, and that's why everybody loved him. Now, with this goaltender, you're getting a veteran, experienced goaltender. And he's put into a situation where our defense has been horrible, and henceforth the losses.
And it's not like Domingue went far anyway. Isn't he still in Syracuse, or did we actually get rid of him?
Yeah, we actually did get rid of him. Okay. So he's now with the Jersey Devils.
Okay.
But Louis, you know, I respected him. I really liked him. I hated to see him go, but the Lightning made a decision, and there's obviously reasons behind this that maybe we all don't know. So we can't really put our finger on it. But I'll tell you what, you know, he deserves a better go at it than what's been happening so far.
We had Greg Smeater join us. A big thank you for getting the wraps for us.
Absolutely, Greg.
Toy box.
These wraps look great. So far, so good. Everybody so far has really complimented them. We're going to be delivering to our place and Brenda's and all of our sponsorships. We'll be done by the weekend, so everybody's going to have it by this week. Also, I'm working with the radio station to get a tentative date for our drop-off of the toys, which is going to happen probably, I think, the week of the 16th.
I think that's what you said, I believe.
Yeah, I just have to get it confirmed with the radio station and the program director, my friend, Andrew. And once I get that confirmed and everything, I will make an announcement. And when the Thunderstrikers are going down to the radio booth in Q105 Radio in St. Pete. And, I love doing that every year.
Yeah, you said that's like usually in the middle of the month, right?
Yes.
Or is it in the end?
No, we try to give them at least a week to 10 days to have the toys there in the radio station, so this way they can distribute the toys to where they need to go. And we don't want to wait to the last minute to do that.
And plus, we got those home deliveries also.
Home deliveries are the final couple of days
this the
before.
First year for that?
We started
deliveries?
that last year.
Oh, last year?
Ron came up with that idea for us.
Yeah, and that's a winning idea. And we thoroughly enjoyed delivering the toys to the people, and we got in on that, and that's going to be implemented, and that's what we're going to do.
Yep.
So get ready, because we're going to be doing home deliveries this year as well. So, and again, I welcome anybody that wants to help out with the toy drive. They certainly can step up and let us know, if they can, lend a hand, because, we got to get these boxes out. We got to pick them up. Got to get to the radio station, and I'll make the presentation myself, like I've done the last 4 years. And it's going to be a great, great time. And
so,
Mason Dixon.
If they know a kid in need, just let one of us know. Me, Joe, one of the admins, and we will get it out to them.
Yeah, that's very important. Very, very important. So, the people out there that care about the kids having toys and doing things for Christmas time, caring about others other than yourself. That's what it's all about. So that's what we do.
That's why we have Christmas. That's
why, 4 years ago, it's going to be 5 years that I started this group and organization, this nonprofit organization that's listed and licensed. That's part of what our creed is that we help others. We give out toys. I send Lightning merchandise to, members that don't have signed pucks, that can't get signed pucks from the players, or magnets, or whatever it is. I mean, that's what I do. I sent Zachariah Miller when he first started out. I sent him stuff. And I can keep on going, because I've sent a lot of members a lot of different things. My friends up in New York that go to Crunch games, that don't get to the Lightning games, they love the Lightning stuff. My friend's daughter got a signed puck from me. I made sure that her favorite player signed the puck for me, and the players, don't even think twice about it. So they know I do the toy drive, and the pucks go out, Lightning merchandise goes out, and everybody loves it. And they're true Lightning fans, whether they live in Tampa or not. It doesn't matter. If you love the team, you support the team, no matter what state you live in. Bottom line. So there you go. We're going to go back to the good and bad. We'll go back on the bad again. Now we're going to hit with the P word. Does anybody know what the P word means?
Yep.
And if you're not a fan of hockey and you don't know it, then
you're not a hockey fan.
Then you're not a hockey fan, and you probably won't know what we're talking about.
You're not a hockey fan if you don't know what the P word means, and that is penalties. Yeah. We don't want to talk about that.
Nope.
Stupid penalties we've been taking. Stupid.
I was hoping that they'd be more disciplined. They took 13 minutes in penalties against the Rangers, 5 of which were for fighting. 10 against the Devils, and 11 against the Islanders. Another 5 for fighting. It's a testament to the penalty
I would just
killers,
love
though.
it. I know we all want to. I know for all the people that get drunk out there that love the fighting, I honestly just want fighting out of the game. I don't really care for it. I know it's old school and it's part of hockey, but it don't really need to be. I mean, it don't really need to be in that sport. And what's that teaching the kids? To be honest, let's be honest with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need fighting in hockey.
I agree to a point.
I can't. I can't agree.
I mean,
This is part of the game. People want to see the fights. People want to see aggression. People want to see, this type of hockey.
Correct, but what's that teaching our kids that are watching, young kids that are watching the sport?
Hey, you defend yourself.
Yep.
You defend yourself. Fighting is part of the
Game.
Yeah, I have to implement that. That's not going to change. People are going to fight. Things are going to happen.
Well, I hope Gary Bettman has his way because he's been talking about trying to get rid of fighting. So
that's not going to happen.
I hope he sticks to his guns.
Bettman's been saying a lot of things.
It's not going to happen.
He's been flapping his gums. Flapping his gums for I don't know how long he said.
I know he does, but I hope this one he actually sticks to his word. I hope, but if not, oh well, it is what it is.
And here's the bottom line, folks, about penalties. Bottom line is penalties will make it exceptionally more difficult to win. And as I've said over the past couple of weeks, things need to change. So maybe you may want to, if you're going to start a fight when you're up 5-0.
Exactly.
or be sensible about it because that costs you in the end. All these penalties that this team is engaging in is
an amazing stat I got from last game too. I saw through the recap. Our penalty kill was top of the line last year, about first, and now it's gone down to like 25th or something. I saw in the recap. It's not good. It's got to get better. The penalty kill. And
moving on to this, back-to-back games against the Rangers and Devils, the Lightning gave up 42 shots and only mustered up 30 and 23 respectively. And on top of that, they lost Maroon and Hedman to injuries as well.
Oh boy, he done it. On the topic of fighting, Tom says he's gonna have her punch you for trying to remove fighting from the game. And that's Rye, his daughter. So you done it now.
Fighting will not end, my co-host. Fighting is not going to end. Not going to happen. But
again, to our point, the shots have to stop. We need to see shots on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
We cannot be having Vassy and McHenry take all these shots. Where's the consistency, Bolts? We need it. We can't do that. They're not Supermen back there. No matter how much you guys want them to be back there, being Superman, saving all these shots, they're human like the rest of us. They make mistakes. You need to defend better. And it's not just a two-person gig, and Marone and Shattenkirk who have done their job on it.
Yeah.
They're doing their best. They need more help. Please, Bolts, give them more help.
Another thing now we are going to talk about is it starts with an A. Can anybody tell me what I'm going to go into now? It starts with A. And it's a huge part of hockey. And the answer to the question is adversity. This team didn't face much last season. And, this year, this is a huge test. It's time for the Lightning to look in the mirror and figure out what kind of team do we have.
Yep.
What kind of team they want to be.
Yep.
A team on the bubble or a Stanley Cup favorite.
Yep.
let's make up our minds what we're going to do and run the course. Adversity is one of these things that I cover tonight, along with team defense, which is very, very important, which hasn't been there. And, of course, the P word for penalties.
And honestly, if I was them, wouldn't you rather want to have home ice advantage in the playoffs? Wouldn't you rather have that instead of trying to fight yourself to get in through like wild card or whatnot? Wouldn't you rather have that? I mean,
Yeah.
it's logical. I mean, what are you guys doing, Bolts? I know. What do you want to do? Do you want to be Stanley Cup favorites every year that you are? Or you want to just keep doing this and
we talked about the
fighting like
coach's
what the
challenge. The coach's challenge is that the teams have adapted to the Lightning style of play, bottling up in the neutral zone and getting pucks deep, forechecking like gophers, and wearing down the Bolts in every aspect. They're getting beat. The coaches on the other teams are noticing what the plan is, and this plan that the Bolts got right now with their coaches isn't working. Bottom line, it's not.
They've studied the
working.
Bolts long and hard since last year when they got eliminated in the first round by, you name it, Tortorella's Blue Jackets, which is going to sting.
Yeah.
Still stings to this day and always will.
Of course.
But that's what happens. The coaches have gone through that strategy now that they can easily beat us. So Cooper's got to change. So does the other coaching staff, Halpern and the rest of them.
Yeah.
Got to figure out what they're going to do now. They got to get it going before it's too late.
Well, here's the deal. The Lightning have until Friday, November 8th, to prepare for their 2-game set in Sweden and then home against the Buffalo Sabres. And they need to do things right, and they need to make it work. And hopefully now Hedman is going to be in the lineup. But again, I have received word that it's day-to-day, and he could be, or maybe he won't be. But it was a good sign that he was on the ice today, this morning, early this morning. I mean,
that is a huge
I go
sign.
to work when everybody's sleeping in the morning, and I got my notifications and informants telling me, yeah, this is what's happening. And Victor Hedman's on the ice, by the way. And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But that does not mean that he's ready. And Victor kind of clarified that, when he said that, hey, I'm still day to day. So that's the way it is. He's not 100%. We don't want him hurt any longer than he needs to be. We need Victor Hedman.
We do.
And it's going to be great to have Maroon back, too. And, of course, Shattenkirk has been awesome, as Jeff's, made clear and evident that, he loves Shattenkirk. But
again,
we all love Shattenkirk.
They've done their parts. It's the rest of the team that has to step up. The new guys have done their roles.
The new guys have worked.
Have worked their butts off, and they're doing their job.
Yes,
now we just need the rest of the team to get in gear.
That's the bottom line. Yeah, we need that to happen. We need our
big guys to step up.
And you know what? It's time. Stamkos, Kucherov, all these guys, they need to put pucks in nets. Okay? We don't need this. We have to change our game plan.
No more lollygagging.
The coaches have got to fix this. And I just went over every single definition that is very important right now that they're lacking. Too many penalties, the adversity that they didn't face last year, they have a ton of it this year. As the favorites to win it all this year, there's a lot of pressure on this team, and they're still really hurting from last year. And again, as
we talked about before
Pat Maroon
the show,
clearly said it.
As we talked about before the show, I truly believe this. By the way they're playing, that is stinging them, and that's why they decided. I think in their minds, we don't want to start off to like what we did last year, and we want to wait until playoff time to kick it in gear.
Yeah.
Now, I hope that's not the mindset, because that's not the mindset you want to have. Because you want to have the mindset of going in there, getting the best record, home ice, and then once you get home ice, then yes, you can lollygag all you want before the postseason. But just step it up in the postseason.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got to do. Plain simple.
Well, easier said than done. There's pressure on this team, and there's, all the haunting memories of last year and how great they were and superior they were with their record. But then when it came time to deliver in the playoffs, they just didn't do what they had to do, and they ran into a buzzsaw. That's the bottom line. Now we address the issue of Cooper again, because everything just won't settle down with the Cooper stuff.
Nope.
It's silly that the winningest coach in franchise history, the longest tenured coach in the league, and one just beginning a 3-year extension would be in danger of losing his job. Bottom line, he's not. So if you think that he is, don't kid yourself. Stop fooling yourself. John Cooper is not in any way, shape, or form in danger of losing his job.
Nope, that's not how the Lightning do business.
That's not how our management looks at things like this. And, the big picture is they'll look at the coaches. They'll look and see what is going on, and they will evaluate it. But Cooper is going to be here whether you like it or not. He's definitely going to be here the first year for sure.
For sure, and he's definitely going to be here the second year. It's just we don't know about that third year.
Well, I mean, we just take 1 year at a time. And the bottom line is you're not going to fire him in the first year of his 3-year contract.
Right.
You just don't do that. And you do not have, even if you did want to do that, which is not the case. I know people high up in the organization, and I know that's not the case. He's not going anywhere. You don't have a suitable replacement for him anyway. There's nobody out there.
And again, people, please.
Really?
Skype us to let us know who is out there, because there really isn't nobody out there at all.
Yeah.
And please don't say Barry Melrose, because we already tried him and look what happened. He's back on ESPN now.
That's not happening, so it's not going to be somebody like that. But is there pressure on John Cooper this year? Absolutely, a ton of it. You would not want to be John Cooper right now with all of the expectations of this team is expected to be the best team in hockey again this year. Last year they were. This year they are as well. John Cooper has a lot of pressure on him.
He does. This is the national media is all over him.
His 7th full season as coach of the roster and the envy of the league. There has been plenty of successes during his tenure. A trip to the Stanley Cup, the final in the 2-game sevens that in the Eastern Conference that he got them to. The ultimate goal has not been achieved, and we all know that. The ultimate goal is the Stanley Cup. We haven't gotten it since 2004. I was there for that, and that was a great, amazing moment. But that's in the past. Let's do it for now. Let's do it for the future.
And I agree with the pressure he's got, because the national media is all over the case. Yeah. All over.
Folks, this ain't just Tampa Bay that he's got pressure on, because Tampa Bay is a small market. If you're going to tell me that Tampa Bay is a big market, you're lying. And you're not very smart. This is a small market team. But if you are in a big market and you get off to a bad start, that's never good for a big market team. Now, let's look at the attendance. The Bolts keep on selling out games. You know why? Because they have a great team. The team needs to get the chemistry together. They need to get this chemistry right. They need to do things right, or else they're going to be in trouble.
Yep, they do. They need to get their craft together and get it straight out now, because we're going to be the blunt of the national media, and not only just us, but not only just them, but us.
Yes.
The local media will be all over, because the local media expects them to win every year, just as much as the national media does.
Yep.
So
there you go. there is a tremendous amount of pressure on John Cooper because he's John Cooper.
And this is where I blame our media, because this is putting all the pressure on them and the fans getting all the backlash to Coop and everybody else on the team and the organization because of our local radio and local media, because they're putting the pressure, putting all the blame on their highs and lows. This is with any team in the local media. When they're high and lows, this is why I don't really listen to local radio, because of that same reason. Because all they do when they're winning on their high horse, they glow all about them, and that's it. But when they're down low and they're having a losing streak or whatnot, all the blame is on everybody in the organization and the team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. It's got to stop. It's got to stop, media. Come on.
And again, you're not going to get rid of Steven Stamkos as the captain. You're not going to make any kind of moves like that. You're just going to go through this season and try to work out these kinks and try to work out these problems that they have right now. It's early. We're 13 games into the season. The St. Louis Blues were in last place. They were way out last year, and they came back, and they had a great second half, and they came back and won in the playoffs, and ultimately they won the Stanley Cup. And this is why you never give up. You fix what you need to fix. You get that chemistry back. You work on those things that I went over, those huge points that I went over, and I hope everybody was paying attention to that, because that is the learning lesson for the night, and that's always the creed for a good hockey team. You have to have those in order to win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, because right now that's literally where we're at right now. We're the St. Louis Blues of last year, literally, because they were down below, just like we are right now. And they escalated it, just like I know we will. Come trade deadline and all that, we'll get who we need. If we need anybody, we'll do that, and we'll be hot down the line. Well, I truly believe that.
You got to remember, too, that we have a salary cap crunch. I haven't had my water. I didn't have my drink. So
that's why I said if we need somebody.
Yeah. Again, we have a tight the salary. Yeah. All right. So that concludes tonight's show. We're going to go with our producer right now with his final thoughts, and then we're going to go into your final thoughts, and then the host will do whatever he does, which is educate.
Thank you all for watching to begin with. Make sure you go subscribe to that YouTube, the Castbox, and of course you can watch us anytime on Facebook Live. We thank you. We are live here at Snapper's Grill and Comedy Club, and let's go Bolts. And this is your producer Devin.
Okay, my co-host now with his final thoughts.
My final thoughts is, like I said in the rant that I just had, please, fans out there, don't listen to local media. Have your own opinion. Do not base your facts off what the media says, because it goes on and off. They switch every day, and that's just my final thought. Don't listen to the local media. Please don't, because they think they know what's going on, but they really don't.
Oh, strong words, bold, very bold. Okay, well, I'm not going to really get into too much of the situation that we got going on right now as far as our future goes. Like I said, until I sign that contract, I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted, and everybody will know when we're ready to do what we're doing. It's huge, man. This is big. This is big for our future, big for the Thunderstrikers. 4 years into it, and this is going to be my biggest accomplishment if I can get this done for this company and this group. So now we're going to give it to Devin to turn us out with the music. So I want to say goodnight, everybody, and join us, as always, on Sunday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But until then, have a great week, and we'll see you Sunday. Good night, everybody.
Good night.